like my very first client was this ICU doctor she comes in totally stressed out with really bad back pain. So she sat up from the table after we did the tapping and she was like, oh my gosh, I don't even think I can drive home. And then she's like, oh my gosh. She sits up and straightens up her back and she's like, my back pain is completely gone. That's what's happening. I think that most of us have issues with our emotions from the past that are still affecting us now. And so if we don't deal with the pain of the past, the events of the past, we carry that along with us. And Dr. Joe Dispenza would actually totally agrees with this and talks about this. Not only that, but just as another sidebar point, Dr. Joe Dispenza has talked about EFT and he approves of it. I don't think that he has ever used it extensively at all. And I don't think he understands how to do it totally. But that's where someone like me can come in. Because I am a certified EFT practitioner, second level. And so I've been doing this for many years and I've helped people get over all kinds of things. I've even helped an ICU doctor before. I was working out of the Healing Tree in Thousand Oaks, California, many years ago, like about 2013 or 14. And like my very first client was this ICU doctor who had really bad back pain. And she said that she was always stressed out. She thought she was a type A personality and would never get over it, right? And so all I did was the basics of EFT, which was we tapped for all these things that were stressing her out very badly, right? And by the end of the session, which took probably about 40 minutes, by the end of the session, she was so relaxed on the table. And that was back when I used to tap on people myself. Now I just have people tap on themselves. And you can follow along with me whenever we do this later, in later videos. So she sat up from the table after we did the tapping and she was like, oh my gosh, I feel so relaxed. I don't even think I can drive home, right? She comes in totally stressed out and she's so super relaxed. She thinks that she can't even drive home. And then she's like, oh my gosh. She sits up and straightens up her back and she's like, my back pain is completely gone. And she was an ICU doctor. So I thought that I would call her a couple weeks later and find out how she was doing. And her back pain was still gone. So I've had a lot of experiences with that. I also used to have heart palpitations really bad myself, and I was able to heal myself of my heart palpitations very quickly. I used to also have claustrophobia. I got over that with EFT. I had a fear of spiders. I had arachnophobia. I got over that. I helped one of my friends, who was a girlfriend at the time, get over the fear of sharks. She had a weird fear of sharks. And I've helped people get over things like headaches, back pain, arm pain, foot pain, diabetes symptoms, everything. Now, anyone who's a healer will tell you that it's not me that's doing it, right? I'm just opening the space for the healing. So I'm just setting the intention for the healing. And I really do believe that whenever two people work together, that the healing works better. It's easier, or it's more powerful. And it's even more powerful with a group, right? So there is a lot to be said about getting groups together to do things like meditate together with one intention. I met Ming Tong Gu on the radio show. This guy was a Qigong master, and I was very fascinated with his work too, because Dr. Greg Braden basically he used to show a video called The 3-Minute Miracle, where this woman had a tumor the size, it was about 3 inches wide. It was inoperable and it was on her bladder. And this video was of a medicineless hospital in Beijing, China, where they basically got 2 or 3, I can't remember how many there were now. I guess there were there were like 3 different Qigong masters who were working on her at the same time. And they were basically saying something like wasa, wasa, while they were working on her. And they had her on on the screen, and you could see it live. You could see her tumor, and it basically shrank in under 3 minutes while they said these words, wasa, wasa. Wasa, loosely translated, means already healed, already healed. Well, these Qigong masters knew how to create that energy within their hearts, right? And to project that energy onto her. Well, they shrunk her tumor down to nothing. Now, the thing about that is that's great and that's wonderful, that's awesome and that's amazing. But she didn't do it herself. She had to have other people do it for her. Now, the problem that I see with that is that if she didn't heal herself, then she's sort of dependent upon those Qigong masters to do that again if it comes back. In other words, the thing that caused the bladder tumor to begin with, to start with, was not really taken care of. The physical symptom of it was, not the actual cause. And the actual cause of it had to do with the way that she was thinking. And that's what I'm sure that Dr. Dispenza would agree with that analysis. That's the way that it works. Now, I got to tell you something else. Louise Hay came out with a book called You Can Heal Your Life. You've probably heard of that. If you've been in the healing world for very long, you've heard of this book. And in this book, she talks about the corresponding physical element along with the negative thought that you would have to have in order to create it, that physical element. For example, low back pain, she has as meaning fear of money. Okay. And then like middle back pain and upper back pain has more to do with relationships. And headaches or neck pain has to do with somebody feeling like they're a pain in your neck. So all of these negative thoughts that we have manifest in our bodies, right? And that's really what Dr. Joe, I think, is trying to tell us, is that that's what's happening. And so the way that he has you deal with it is you basically let all that go and you put yourself in the future and you get yourself to just completely like change your personality, let all that negative stuff go. Just stop thinking about it. And so that you can be who you really are and raise your vibration and start to manifest what you want, which includes not just healing yourself, but also being very abundant, right? Well, the way EFT works is it's not bashful or shy about going into the past and taking care of it. What it does is it allows you to go into the past, into your history, and look at the things that are really bothering you even now, right? And you get in there and you clear out those negative emotions right then and there. So for example, if you have a fear of public speaking right now, it may be because when you were like 9 or 10 years old, you gave a speech in class and you messed up and everybody laughed at you, right? So even when you think about that right now, you can probably get an emotional intensity or an emotional feeling about that. So what we would do with EFT is we would go back there and discuss and tap on that exact event that happened on all these different energy meridian endpoints. And then what will happen is we'll bring the emotional intensity down to a 0. When you bring that emotional intensity down to a 0, what happens is when you rethink about that emotional event or that event in your past, it's almost like it's someone else's movie. You can't even relate to it. You won't feel any emotional intensity to it anymore. It's like the negative emotion is now gone. And almost as if by a miracle, when you clear out the negative emotions, a lot of times whatever physical ailment or physical problem that you're having right now, that you might be having, whatever you have, it will be gone. It will just automatically clear up. It will automatically disappear. And so that's the way that EFT works. I know that's kind of very rudimentary, like basic level explanation of how it works, but I think for now that's the best way to explain it. I'm looking forward to being able to share the information that I have about it. I do have a lot of experience with this, although to be honest, I'm a little bit rusty because I haven't been doing it a lot lately. I was an EFT practitioner for many years, but I was doing it for free for a long time. And so I would like to share this information with you guys. So if you could just leave a comment below about what you would like help with. Like what is bothering you the most? Is it the fear of the viruses that are coming out left and right? Is it your abundance? Is it a relationship issue or a problem? If you want, just it doesn't have to be super specific, but what we can do is I can figure out what the common problems are that we as a group are having, and then I can make videos for how to deal with each one. And what's really, really cool with it, with EFT, is that you can take a totally different subject, and just by tapping along with us together, you can use a completely different other topic and still get really good results. There's something about working together, and it doesn't even matter. Time, space, reality is an illusion, right? That's what they say. I don't know if it's actually true, but that's what they say, right? So, let's just see how it goes. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a little bit of a new direction that we take, but we're still not bailing on Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. We're going to still have audio clips of that, and I will give my analysis of that. But this is going to be a way to help each other to get through these times, because it's not a real easy time to be alive right now. There are a lot of challenging things going on in the world, and we all know how the news media is trying to scare us into doing certain things, and it can be kind of unnerving the way that things are going on with the economy in the world and our health. New viruses coming out all the time. Are those things that we really have to worry about a lot? What should we do, and how can we help each other as a group to get through this time period right now? We're going to get through it. Everything is going to be fine. Just keep telling yourself that, and we're going to create that reality. That's what it's all about. You are a powerful spiritual being having a physical experience, as Dr. Dyer used to say. And so I think that's what this is all really about. The common denominator for all of these different energy healing modalities is that you are the guru, right? You are that one. You are that special one. You are a part of God. You are a piece of God. You are a ray of God. We are rays of God, and we are source energy experiencing this physical reality together. And another important point too is, sorry for going on for so long, but you are the furthest extension of source energy. In other words, our physical reality is the furthest extension of source energy. So what that means is that we've been taught backwards, right? We're always taught by different religions, and I'm not knocking religion, because there's greatness, there's wonderful things in like every religion. But they want to teach you that there's this high level of the spiritual world, and there's this low level of the physical world. And there is truth to that to some degree, right? But we are the furthest extension of the physical world. So in other words, the physical world is the furthest extension of source energy. So this is where it's at. This is where the interest is. This is where we should be. And we don't need to judge our physical world, and we don't need to judge ourselves we're here to enjoy life. We're here to experience physicality. And so there's nothing wrong with enjoying life now. And so those are some of the things that I want to share with you guys. And I think that this is an exciting time to be alive, and I'm excited to be able to share this information with you. And don't forget to comment down below about what would you like help with. And like I always say, have a great day and have a great night, and go out there and don't allow yourself to be discouraged. I think that's the most important thing. Don't get discouraged with how things are going on in the world right? There's a lot of stuff going on. Just stay focused on what it is that you want and do it to such a level that you really believe that you can do this, right? You believe in your future more than believing in your past, or even believing in your current reality. Your current reality is actually old news. Your current reality you created a year ago, right? So your future reality you're creating right now. So get into that good vibration. Do the meditation if you can. If you have an hour a day to do the Joe Dispenza meditations, by all means do it. If you don't have time, do 15, 20 minutes. Just get in. And if you can't listen to a video or whatever, just turn on your timer and listen to any sound around you, and let that sound kind of get your mind off of your troubles and off your problems. Let that be the catalyst for you, so that you are not feeling like you are anybody or anything. Like, get into that place where you are nobody and you are no thing and you are nowhere and no time. So when you do that, you allow your inner being or your higher self to start to speak to you. That's when you want to follow your gut feeling or your gut instinct. Okay. So I'm sorry for rambling on and on about this stuff, but I'm kind of excited about sharing all this information with you. Again, please leave your comments below and have a great day or night. Thank you.